Got a little situation here. I got a track saw. I've not had a track saw that long. I should have got one sooner. It is real handy and it's pretty accurate, and it's got pretty decent dust collection. But this come up and I thought, well, when I make a video of it before I had the track saw, what I done, I'm fixing to show you. What I need is I got this sheet of plywood, and I need 42 inches cut off. That's 4 foot this way, 8 foot this way. So the 4 foot, I need 42 inches. Okay? So my capacity of my table saw is 36. I can come to 36. I could probably get to 36 and a half maybe. But once this side of the fence drops off the edge, it's not going to hold right. So just a little over 36 is all I've got, which nowhere near 42. So however, what I was going to do is show you how I can do this with the table saw without the fence and cut a 42 inch, be 48, that's the width of the plywood, by 42. And what's going to help me do this is my in-feed rails. When you're handling this sheet good, it is yeah. The sheet good is it's not that it's that heavy. It's just that it's bundlesome. But with this in-feed rail system, I need to do some of this table right here. All that is to collect junk. And I don't need to collect junk. I need to figure what I'm going to do here. If I find a place for this stuff out of here, this may go away, because having this room right here would be handy. So what I'm going to do, what's going to get me so this is going to slide right across that thing. So what I want is 42 inches on this side of the blade. But what I have here from the edge of I'm going to use this edge right here to the left side of the blade, which that is important because if you, whatever width blade you have, the left side, it's going to be in the same place. So, you know, if you got a dado stack, 3/4 inch, this side of the blade is going to be in the same place. So you may, in my saw, it's 22 inches to the left side of the blade. So therefore, if you want 42 inches on this side, you'll have to then add the thickness of your blade. But I have got tape measures, if you don't want to add them up yourself. So I want 42 inches. I just lay this out. I want 42 inches cut off. So I want the 22 inches here. I'm going to set this tape measure 22 because that's what I have here. Yours naturally will be different. So at 42 and 22, I line them up. Right? Because these two numbers are easy to, it's 64. But when you come to the end of the tape, it's 64. Add the 3/32 for the blade. When I put this straight edge on the bottom side of this, from that side of the plywood, it comes 64 and 3/32. Then I clamp this to it, flip it over and run it right against this side of the table saw, right off and it will cut a 42-inch piece. This method I showed you right here, like I say, them two numbers are easy, but say you had a 31 and 5/16 and 18 and 13/16. You put them together, gives you the answer. Math is a must, but if you can if you can do it without math, your chances are you're gonna be alright. Because by the time you do math, you have a chance for a mistake. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go get my clamps. We're gonna measure over 64 and 3/32, mount that, flip it over, and we'll make a cut. When I'm done, you'll have a 42-inch piece here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna measure the 64 and 3/32. Okay. Well, let's see how we done. So that's right on 42 inches. That's what we were shooting for. But I will tell you this, the end feed rails really helps with the sheet good. It steadies this thing out. You can get over there out of harm's way, and this thing is helping supporting. All you're concentrating on is keeping your fence right against it. It's the way to go. So if you have a track saw, you're better off to use a track saw. But if you don't have a track saw, this is a viable alternative. I have a track saw, and when these situations come up, I usually use it. The biggest thing is I can set it down here and it's just a lot more control. You're moving the saw over a great big piece of plywood instead of the big piece of plywood over the saw. And it's got the track saw, all of them I've seen, especially the new ones out, has got excellent dust collection. So if that is the case, where skill saws, they don't have it. But the track saws, I like it. But this is a viable alternative. So what we'll do, that is it's an option. It sure is. And it's accurate too. Just the little things you got to look for. Keep that straight edge at a 90 with your work. Keep that straight edge against the edge of your table saw. And it works. It works good. I needed to break this down. Thought, well, this opportunity to show y'all how this could be done. So, with that said, I will call that on this one, and hope y'all learned something here or find it interesting or something not to do or whatever y'all want to do. So whatever you do, you got to be comfortable with it. If you got any doubts about any operation, you need to stop, think about it, and get comfortable with it. Or if you're not comfortable with it, just don't do it. But I don't have a problem with this. I've done it, I don't know how many times. So it's a good way of doing it, but you got to be comfortable with the way you do it. And that goes with anything else, whether it's the bandsaw or anything. You got to be comfortable, because these things, they're power equipment, and they will eat you up. If you lose lack of concentration for a moment, it could eat you up. So safety first. So we will call that one here. Appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.